Hi everyone. I'm going to turn this around so you can see me. So I'm going to do my first hive inspection. My goal right now really is to just make sure that the queen's been released. I'm probably going to make mistakes, so if you're watching this to learn how to keep bees, don't learn from me or watch what I'm doing and do the opposite. I've got my smoker lit. The idea here is the smoke will do a couple of things. It's going to mask any of the alarm pheromones from the guard bees that are kind of around here. I've been out by the hive quite a bit. They're very docile. They don't seem to be bothered by me, but I am going into their house, so they're not going to be too happy about that. So the smoker is to calm them, and it kind of directs them down. When they sense smoke, they will go and get honey. I don't really have a lot of honey, so I don't know what they're going to do. And my goal again is to look for and see if the queen has been released from her cage. If she has, then I'm going to start looking for eggs, see if they've drawn out the comb, and if they're starting to feed eggs. Because I've been watching, they're definitely getting pollen to create the bee bread to feed the new larvae and the eggs, but I don't know if the queen's out and laying yet. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm also going to refill their sugar water, which is what they're using to draw out comb. A couple of things. This is a frame holder. Basically, once I get the top off, as I pull frames out, I put them on here to make sure they stay in the same order that I put them in, which again, I probably will mess up, but hopefully, Brittany's out here, so hopefully she can help me as well. This is the smoker. It's literally just, right now it's burning a bunch of cotton and other stuff, again, just to kind of calm the bees and mask any of the pheromones. So first thing I'm going to do, just to kind of let them know I'm coming, I'm just going to smoke here at the entrance. See, they're starting to land on the smoker, which is a little unusual. So they were pretty quiet today because it was wet and rainy here, but I saw about 4 o'clock they kind of went crazy and started flying out. I was watching them on the camera because it got the sun started coming out and the rain kind of went away. So first thing I'm going to do here, actually, I'm going to move my bricks over here. Oh, and the other thing I've got is my hive tool. It does a bunch of different things. It'll pry up any of the frames that are stuck. I can use it to move frames and scrape off any excess wax or propolis that's accumulated, which there won't be a lot because this is a new hive. If I get stung, I can use this to scrape off stinger so it doesn't continue to put out the pheromone, the alarm pheromone. So go ahead and take off the outer cover. I'm just going to set that down over here. And then this is the inner cover. Ooh. Now the bees are definitely getting in the sugar water. Brittany, you want to pick it up and show? Here, I'll take it.
Yum.
So you can see right in here, oh, my camera's moving a little bit, but this is sugar water. This is a 1-to-1 ratio of sugar and water. They are using that to build out, to create wax that comes from them. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and actually smoke this a little bit, kind of to push them down out of here. Normally, I wouldn't do this with a different. It depends on the type of feeder you have. This feeder, I'm doing it because there's still smoke coming out.
A little bit, yeah.
You kind of see, I got a little bit of cotton and stuff.
Fire!
Hold on, I gotta tighten this down.
These.
next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and take this top feeder off. Set this.
Lots of bees.
Okay, so right now, what you can see is they're all kind of clustered in the center area. Now normally I'd have 10 frames in here. Right now there's only 9. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to kind of just move this one frame over a little bit. And then I'm going to put this folder up here and keep them out. Now, right now, these hives have not been glued down with propolis, so I can actually just reach in here and pull them out. Although actually that one had started to drift a little bit. So, not a lot to see here because it's still early, but I've painted wax on there. These bees are probably trying to get to this wax so they can use it to draw out more comb. So I'm just going to set this one here. And I will continue along here real quick just to see where the things are going. So again, not doing much on here. It looks like they're just kind of hanging out. Can't really tell if they've done. They haven't really drawn any comb out here, but yeah. So they're still not doing anything on that particular frame. Which is, again, not surprising because they're a new hive here. This frame is, oh yeah, this is great. This is really good right here. Okay, so I'm not sure if it's easy to see, but they've definitely drawn out comb here.
For sure.
Oh, there's a helicopter flying over. It might get noisy, but they've drawn out comb, and if you angle it just right, you can actually see they're starting to put the sugar water in there to create their nectar, or to create honey. Now, this is not the kind of honey that we would necessarily eat. Humans would eat because it's. I'm actually going to put this one back in because it's just straight sugar. I mean, technically you could eat it; it won't hurt you, but you're just eating sugar syrup.
So you put this one back in because the queen could possibly be out?
The queen might be on here. This is getting a little full. So again, my goal right now really is to find the queen. So as soon as I find the queen, I'm going to close it back up if she's not been released. And she actually has not been released. She is still in there. So we have not released her. But let me look and see.
What is their attitude towards the queen?
So if I brush them away, seem pretty calm about it. So I'm going to pull. Queen's still in there. They're actually. Oh no, that's not true. They actually have.
Is it open?
It's open.
So you might want to put that back over the hive.
I'm gonna put this back over the hive.
Don't want to lose the queen.
There's the queen right there. She's. You can't see her all that well, but
I see the spot.
She's right in there. See the white spot? Yep. So the queen
she's
is.
Out.
She's out. Now I want to real quick before I go any further.
You want to take out the box?
Take out the box. They've kind of glued it down, actually.
Have they?
You can actually see, it's interesting, the rubber band, they've started chewing through it to try and
get rid of it.
So I'm going to set this down a little bit here. I don't
we
actually
can probably leave the rubber bands on.
Yeah, I'm going to leave the rubber bands on and just
I'll get rid of that. And gently.
Very, very carefully.
Get rid of the cage.
Get rid of the cage here. So I'm actually just going to leave this down here because there are other bees in there. So I'm going to let them do their bee thing. You don't have do you have your phone on you?
I do.
Can I?
Can you open it? With those gloves?
Yeah. I know the queen's on here. I just don't know exactly where. I was going to try and get a picture of her, but
Do we see any egg laying?
well, that's my next goal is to look for eggs. Actually, that's bee bread.
Might be hard to see with the rubber bands.
Between the rubber bands and yeah, I don't see any eggs in here yet, but it does look like they're getting.
She could have just gotten out today.
Yeah, I'm gonna check the other frame next to it.
But Queen is alive. They haven't killed her. That's a pro. Big pro. Woo! They're dingling.
Yeah. So again, right now it looks like all what they're doing the most right now is getting pollen and making nectar. But the queen is out. That is really good. Oop. Almost squashed the bee there. So they're very busy, which is great.
They're
Again,
definitely building up the comb.
they're building out comb, which is a huge deal. I'm gonna look on the frame that the queen is on again. I probably shouldn't, but I want to check and see if I can spot any eggs.
There's the queen.
There's the queen.
Polka dot. Oh, she's camera shy.
You can see her butt a little bit there. Oh, she is. Looks like she was about to lay an egg. Right now, she's just kind of like circling a little bit. Wait, I think I see an egg. Yes, I'm definitely seeing eggs. So
Excellent.
the queen is doing what she's supposed to do. I'm gonna put her back in.
Gently and no squishing.
And no squishing. And I actually should have brought one thing I forgot to do, which I should have done, is bring an extra.
The 10th frame.
The 10th frame. So I'm gonna close it up real quick and then run and grab a frame.
Do you need me to go do that?
Yeah, actually, if you could do that.
Yep.
They're just in the bee shed.
Just anyone with
drawn comb.
beeswax.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or wax on it, yeah. Alright, so right now I'm just kind of pushing things back together really gently to make sure that I don't squish too many bees and kind of let them know, hey, we're closing things up. And you want to make sure when you're doing this that you keep your frames as close together as possible and as straight as possible, so you don't get any weird stuff going on here. And actually, I'm going to use a little bit of smoke here just to kind of clear them out of the way. I'm trying to be very judicial in my use of smoke here. I think that's the right term. I'm drawing a blank. Just very limited use of the smoke because it does distress them.
Alright. Got the 10th frame.
Got the 10th frame. All right.
They're like very calm.
These are actually very calm bees. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with that.
I haven't had any come up in my face at all.
Yeah, they've been pretty calm about me being in here, so that's really good. Okay, they're
dropping a couple.
Yeah, but that's all right. They'll find their way back in.
As long as it's not the queen, which we know it isn't.
And they're fanning right now. They're mostly I don't know exactly why they're fanning. Likely because it's open and we're letting other bees know, hey, you gotta come back here. Oops, just got smacked. They're getting a little annoyed with me. Oh, this is the outside one. So this one needs to go in next.
You're gonna put this up the far
Put it
side?
on the other side. Yeah.
Okay.
So again, I'm going to slide these over a little bit. I want to make sure they're centered. Again, there's 10 of these in here.
Frame number 10.
Number 10 is in. So the queen was on frame number 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so I need to make my notes when I get back. So I know where she was. She's on frame 5, and she was definitely laying eggs. Okay. All right, so I've done what I need to do today. I don't want to have this open any longer. So I'm going to just pick this up. And I'm going to put it on at an angle. Oh, Brittany, could you pull that metal frame off? Yeah, so I left the hanger on. So I'm going to put this on very carefully at an angle so I don't squish any bees. And then I'm just going to turn it like this and center it up.
Nice.
Before I close it up, I'm
You
going to add a
want
little
more
bit
water?
more sugar water here.
There's already an anti.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Can you give me a little bit more so that they can keep drawing out honey, or drawing out comb. It's proverbially 9 pounds of 8 or 9 pounds of honey will create 1 pound of wax, and I think 10 frames is about 5 pounds of wax. So they've got a lot of work to do, but they're doing what they're supposed to. So it's a good day for the bees. Make sure they got a lot of water here. I don't want to sugar water. I don't want to go too high. I don't want to drown any. So, all right. So that's my first hive inspection.
Good news.
It's great news. Again, I'm gonna just put the top cover on. I'm putting the notch up. Doesn't really matter in this particular instance because the top feeder prevents them from coming out. But once I'm done with the top feeder, that's how an extra exit for them. So I'll flip it over. I've got a screen in there to keep pests out, but I'll flip it over so they have an exit. It's a little bit harder for pests to find. And again, there's some bees on here, so I'm going to just shake it. Come on, ladies.
Be free.
When I put it on, I just want to make sure that I have it pushed a little forward so that they get some air in there. And again, it's really cool. You can kind of see they've eaten through the sugar and they actually had started to glue it down. There's a couple dead bees in there, which is not a bad thing. I mean, well, it's not really good or bad. It just means that the bees that were there caring for her died. But that doesn't matter because the queen got out and she's being taken care of by the rest of the hive. So they're doing what they should do.
Why you had the hole facing up.
Yep. So with those dead bees there, if I had had it down like this and they had died, then they couldn't have got the queen out. So again, exactly what we want it to do. So I'm going to kind of just shake it a little bit. Yep. Come on, ladies. I know right now they're just
leave the box.
Yeah, they're just trying to get the sugar, but we'll just leave that there.
I want to tilt that up so once again the live ones can get out.
We'll leave it actually on its side. I think we'll be fine. All right.
That's a wrap. Thanks for joining